Welcome, everyone, to the Paramount Fine Food Center in Mississauga, Ontario, just up the road from downtown Toronto. This is the countdown to face-off presented by Castore. I'm Andy McNamara alongside Brian Shanahan. And Shanny, this is as close to a must-win scenario for the Toronto Rock. It's going to be tough getting through the surging Saskatchewan Rush.
Yeah, one of the guys they got to watch for is Zach Mans, who was drafted by the Rock, played 3 seasons for the Rock, averaged 11 goals a year. First year in Saskatchewan last year, got 37 this year. He's 17 already, on pace for 60.
Well, the Rock are going to be working hard towards that first victory. They are getting reinforcements back. But a big help tonight would be if the captain can continue.
Yeah, in his 8th year in the league, 2-time transition player of the year. This guy scored 1 goal, 6 assists in his game against Buffalo. They very nearly won that game. He is valuable all over the floor for this team. Offense, defense, running up the floor. They need him.
It has been a bumpy road, to say the least, for the Toronto Rock to start this year, Shanny. 0-5.
Yeah, and the first 2 games were ugly. They're actually minus 17, those games. The last 3 games have been 1-goal losses if you don't count the empty net goal, but now they need a win.
Well, we take a look at the starting goaltenders for tonight. Shanny, let's begin with Saskatchewan.
Well, no surprise, Chiliano is playing for them. He's a solid goaltender, been in the NLL for a while, and the big part of why they're off to a good start.
And we know how good Nick Rose has been and can be. Just this Rock team has been so close, Shane, just hasn't got it done yet.
Yep, goaltender of the year last year, Nick Rose. He's obviously, like the rest of them, not happy with his start.
Well, we got kids night tonight. There's autographs after the game. There's trading cards coming out. But nothing will make this home crowd and the Rock themselves, of course, feel better, Shane, than to get that win, because 0-5, you can't be messing around anymore. You want to make the playoffs.
No, they have to go on a run, and it has to start. And then once they go on that run, there's not a lot of room for error.
And you look at Matt Sawyer, his record with the Toronto Rock, and boy, Derek Keenan, what a run he has had. Multiple championships.
Yeah, he's the winningest coach in NLL history. Stepped back from coaching a few years back, I think, until he realized they needed him, and they've played well since he's come back. He's a co-coach along with Jimmy Quinlan.
Well, 2 of the best run organizations in the NLL here, just with stability, winning heritage, the Rush and the Rock, and they're going toe-to-toe. And Shanny, we didn't get a chance to talk about this off the top. The Rock, one of the areas they've been struggling with is in the face-off circle. They get T.D. Erlin back, his first game of the season.
Yeah, and he injured himself in an exhibition game against these guys as he stepped on the foot of the guys taking the face-off against Naso.
Well, and there you look, Saskatchewan, first place in face-off success. Toronto seeing if they can even the odds a little bit here, and here we go! Toronto Rock in their home blue, red and white Saskatchewan, bright green, white with black trim. There's the captain, Challen Rogers, hustling around the goal. Toronto wants a hot start. It is a packed house here at Paramount Fine Food Center in Mississauga. The Iceman, Dan Craig, kicks it. You got Captain America, Tom Schreiber, back in. Reinforcements have arrived. Will it be enough? The Rush are 4-1, have looked darn good this season. Forced swat away and a turnover. Boudreau, the assistant captain, gets the ball for the Rush.
Brampton native Jake Boudreau is one of their valuable players on this team.
Guys to watch, of course, Zach Mans, Austin Shanks. A lot of firepower on the Saskatchewan team. Got Mans trying to set that high pick right wing. Put to Keenan, high bouncer. Into the mesh behind, Toronto ball.
You know, despite the championships that this Rush team has had, 3 championships, 1 is Edmonton, 2 is Saskatchewan, they have not made the playoffs since 2019. They want to change that. That's another turnover. They've done a good job on defense, the Rush have so far, in causing turnovers.
We got to call one of those Saskatchewan Rush championships a few years ago against Buffalo. It's a great franchise.
Couple of great franchises, yeah.
Yeah. Toronto Rock, they get on track. Rose with a big stop. Here comes Toronto. There's Billy Hostrauser hustling over. Challen Rogers, Boucher gaining in motion. What a sensation he's been so far this season. Boucher with the blind shot. Just off the mark. Keep an eye, Corey Small here. Corey Small, sidearm whip, stopped by Chiliano. in the neutral zone from the Saskatchewan bench. Kicked out. There's Boudreau. Boudreau with a one-on-one. Odd man rush. Now the Rock come back, even it out. Boudreau waiting. 20 to shoot on the shot clock.
Boudreau's got good transition ability, but he wisely waited up for his teammates.
Triolo got rid of it, trying to create a lane here. Open look right into the chest of Rose. Great save. Stop Keenan. And here come the Rock. Here's Gash. Elijah Gash with the toss. A shot and saved by Chiliano. Josh Jubenville. Great angle. Chiliano just squeezed the legs.
Both of these teams like to run transition. Both of them give green light to their defenders. Nice try by Toronto and Jubenville.
Ooh, watch out for Ryan Keenan. Keenan with the bounce. It was swatted down and by Rogers and picked up. Here comes T.D. Erlin. Here's Cameron for Toronto.
2 goals last week in Buffalo. Big goals.
Josh Dawick. Dawick has been incredible in this young season. Ooh, that pass off the mark though. Turnover. Another turnover for Toronto. There's Hossack. Line change on for Saskatchewan. Now Walter trying to bully his way through. Clearing some space. Watch out for Mintz. Sidearm underhand. Rose with a kick save. Picked up by Boucher. 11:38 to go in the opening quarter. No score. Both these teams so well coached. And the Rock seeing if they can get off on a quick start. Get that first win. Dawick, shot redirected. In front of the Rush bench, picked up. Oh no, it's loose ball scramble. It's gonna be an over and back. So Toronto will pick it up. Shot clock violation.
Shot clock violation against the Rock. Rush ball.
That'll be Rush possession here. Keenan, kick back to that left wing, sidestep, shuffle, shuffle, waiting. Look low and scores! The Rush strike first. And is that Austin Shanks?
No, I don't think it was.
I want to get another look at this. This is off the left wing here.
Yeah, I can't see Sweater from this angle. I think it was Brock Haley.
Brock Haley.
He just sees he's got a little room and he takes it, but
yes.
Bit of a bad angle, but he manages to bounce it between Nick Rose's legs. And Brock Haley, the rookie, has got his 7th goal of the season.
Nothing wrong with the defense by Chris Corbeil. You said it, Channy. Nice angle. And just plain old beat Nick Rose. So Haley with the score. Rush are on the board.
Time of the goal, 4 minutes even.
And off the face-off, the Rush coming back. There's Boudreau again in the neutral zone. And Walter sidestepping his way in, tries to defeat one touch. What a save by Rose! Part arm, part crossbar. Either way, the Rock are coming back with it.
A great save by the post.
Post trouser with Rogers. That's right. Rogers, the captain, waits. Going with an odd angle. 17 to shoot, kick back too high, and it'll be over and back into the Rock bench. Saskatchewan possession.
Toronto looks a little out of sync on offense. They've turned over the ball a few times.
Almost, Shane, maybe a little too amped up in front of the home crowd. See if they can settle things down here. Rush lead 1-0. There's Mans. You mentioned it off the top. Incredible season so far. Right into the Rock logo, saved by Rose. Gash gets bonked. Of course, his fight against Buffalo went viral last week. We talked about all over the country, and there's Gash right now. He will wait for some help and head to the bench. Desnu. You got Boucher on there with Craig. Rush taking their time setting up. Schreiber sets up on that left wing. 8 to shoot though still. Now trying to push in. There's Boucher. Boucher being double teamed, triple teamed. Schreiber off the board. 3 to shoot. Schreiber waits. 1 second left. High. And shot clock violation anyway. Great opportunity. Didn't happen there. Rush are leading 1-0 on the Rock. You're watching the NLL on TSN and ESPN+.
Well, there's Matt Sawyer, longtime coach for the Toronto Rock. And, you know, somebody asked me, is he under fire for this start? Well, look at the guys who've been missing. T.D. Erlin, Harris, Schreiber, Matthews. We're missing somebody there. I mean, those are superstars that have been out.
I can't blame the head coach there. The Rock will have a chance on the power play here. Penalty to Jake Boudreau.
Yeah, you know, not a good penalty because it was late in the shot clock. I don't think the Rock was going anywhere, and he got called for a hold. Boucher, give him credit. He drew that penalty.
And can the Rock capitalize there? There's Schreiber at the point. You have Boucher trying to create some space. Schreiber, shot didn't get through. Bounced right back to him, though. Behind the back pass, nifty move. Connects, no, fails to click with Schreiber. And a foot race here, and it is going to be Saskatchewan possession. There's Hasek. And Hasek really probably just should have held on to it there. Give the Rock a chance to get it back. Dangerous pass in front of his own net.
Yeah, good of Schreiber just to prevent the clear-cut breakaway. Toronto has struggled on the power play. Actually, both of these teams have been bad on the power play this year. And in fact, the Rush have been the worst in the league.
Buck 12 to go with the man advantage for Toronto. 9 on the shot clock. Schreiber playing catch. Receives. Behind the net and scores! Toronto evens it up on the power play.
And that looks like Dawick got a goal. He's one player who's benefited from these injuries. He's really brought his game up, and you could see Toronto looking to set this up. Schreiber's makes the pass across, hard, high pass. And Josh Dawick does the dive across and is quick enough to get it in the net. Referees both watching, referees both called it. Good goal.
And just found that open space past Chiliano. So Dawick evens it up at 1 on the power play. And look at this face-off battle. Nice to see between Naso and Erlin. Rush getting the better of it that time, though. And you said it, Shanny, benefiting from some of the injuries. Josh Dawick has really been able to showcase his skills and that he's a core player, not just now, but for years to come in Toronto.
The 12th goal of the season.
Oh, wow. An absolute rocket.
That's Robert Church.
Church just put it past Rose. My goodness.
And Church has done this his whole career. And I would even argue with you about it being a rocket. Church doesn't shoot that hard, but he finds the hole. He just seems to place it.
It was just, you're right, Shannon. It was great placement, and that puts him 2 points behind Mark Matthews, now, of course, of the Toronto Rock, for the all-time points leader for the Saskatchewan Rush.
Yeah, Robert Church, he's one of the guys who's been with this Rush team from the start of their championship string, and he's been such an important part of this offense.
Often doesn't get the accolades he might deserve, but you're right, Shanny. He's solid and just a steady professional, and he helps his team regain the lead. Brad Cree with the bouncer, heads off. Dawick now. You have Schreiber moving as well. Dawick receives. Clicks with Schreiber. 5 to shoot. Schreiber being forced outside. Sidearm. Oh, and that was that three-quarter delivery by Schreiber. Chiliano saw enough.
And that just went through some bodies to get on the net.
Those blind shots, and we know Shanny Schreiber can just shoot it from any angle.
And you know, I will never say it's too far out for him to shoot. I've seen him score from everywhere, every angle.
That's right. Just take the shot, never a bad move. There's Mans from the point. Rose saw that one. Got caught up in his pads. Outlet pass finds Rogers. Good to see the captain back. Sidestepping his way, little stutter step, waits. Sends to Schreiber. Schreiber at left wing. Looking to center up, being forced out. Now in the neutral zone. 10 on the shot clock. There's Dan Craig. Dan Craig trying to bully his way through. Ball knocked loose, though. Ball knocked loose, being double teamed, trying to kick it free. Still loose. Still free. 2 seconds, and that'll be rush ball on the shot clock.
Yeah, Matt Hasek, who's probably been their best defender, caused that ball to hit the ground off Craig's stick.
Rock defense coming back. There's Keenan. Oh, baby. Lowered the shoulder. The bouncer skipping a rock over the lake. And Keenan makes it 3-1 rush.
Wait till you see the move he makes up high to get free. The defender runs at him hard. He just puts on the brakes.
Yep.
And now he's still way far out on his wrong side of the floor. I think that's one Rose would like to have back, but Keenan was able to really step into this shot and bounces it low.
Beat Brad Cree there. And Shanny, as we know, once that ball hits the turf, the direction it could go is almost unpredictable.
Oh, yeah. No, it was a nice bounce shot.
And there's Messenger. Messenger coming high. Shot. Big rebound. Picked up by the Rush. As Saskatchewan wins another faceoff there. Up by 2. 6:20 remaining in the opening frame. You got Robert Church, who scored earlier. Saskatchewan cycling around. There's Keenan. Spin moves. Keenan. Underhand toss finds Zach Mann. Kick to the weak side. Mazuka looking to create some room for Rose. Rose stands tall. What a stop on Church.
Oh, that was a nice save, and Rose needed that.
Well, confidence booster for the Rangers.
Yeah, I'm sure he's not happy about that last goal, and it's good to come back with a big save.
Here's Boucher. Left side. 14 on the shot clock. Rush doing a nice job not letting Toronto get in close. Not a lot of lane room. Schreiber scores! Captain America! He's back, and he buries it!
Vintage Schreiber.
Oh!
You know, we talked about Keenan getting room to step into a shot. Well, Schreiber just gets a little bit of space here. You're going to see as he comes around the top. He can take it on his back foot as he's backing away from the defender. And what a wicked shot. Ryan Barnable, not tight enough to him, but you can't blame him. Not many people can backstep and shoot that well, that hard.
And that is the type of weapon this Rock team desperately needs. Violation off the face-off, and it will be Saskatchewan possession. There's Walter backpedaling. Mann's pushing away. There's Walter. Walter with a little bit of space. Spin move, gets in close, trying for a blind shot. Rose saw it. Stopped it with his toe. Rock dragging up the floor. Corbeil gets rid of it. There's Schreiber left side. Schreiber, stutter step, pulling back in, waiting, trying to center up, looking for that look angle he might like. That just got through. Scooped up smartly by Chiliano. Long outlet pass. Gorgeous play. Accione. Oh, and he was knocked away. Dan Craig might have got a stick on it.
Oh, he did. He did. The last second.
Might have saved a goal. That was such a nice, quick outlet pass by Chiliano. Here's Josh Dowd. Dowd. That quick footwork trying to break some ankles. Whipped it in hard. Stopped by Chiliano. Cameron rips the ball away, but Saskatchewan comes up with it anyway. There's Barnable. Barnable 2-on-1. Come back the other way. Stoned by Rose. Lost track of the ball. Toronto picks it up. Fast-paced opening quarter. Here's Boucher.
You know, when I spoke to Coach Matt Sawyer, he told me one of the things that Saskatchewan does well is defense to offense transition, and we've seen that so far.
Yeah, you're right. Shoulder stop by Chiliano. Fresh 30 for the Rush. Messenger will head off. There's Boudreau. Boudreau. Ooh, tried for the quick break to Jay. Went through his mesh. Schreiber on him now. Being hacked, chopped. Jay looking. Kicked back to the neutral zone. Finds Boudreau on the near glass. He'll toss and head out. Here's Keenan. Ryan Keenan, the captain of this Rush team. Not seeing anything. Puts that left wing side. Trying to get Rose moving. He slithers across. Makes the stop. To Snoo. He's waiting, and he'll wait for some help and head back. Here's Dan Craig, the Iceman, to Dower. Dower's left wing. Fake pass, he settles up. You got Rogers trying to set up in the high post. Ooh. Aaron pass trying for a little soft touch. Picked up by Barnable. Off the bench throw. Oh! Huge hit by Jubenville. Shake somehow keeps it. Shake's got nailed, but he kept the ball and kept possession for the Rush. Here's Mans. Zach Mans leading goal scorer for the Rush. Action picking up here. A furious final couple minutes in this opening quarter. And the Rock crowd showing their appreciation.
Well, that's been some pretty exciting lacrosse back and forth. Give Shanks credit. He took a hard hit. Just
Sure did. Boucher behind, scores! The Rock with another behind the goal. Is that Schreiber?
I believe it is.
It is Captain America with the double. This time from behind the net.
Very similar to the last one. A right-handed shooter sneaking behind the net. And just comes diving out. It's almost like they didn't realize he was there. You know, and sometimes, I think it was Boucher was driving the net. Everybody's thinking he's driving to the net for a shot. And you rarely make those passes behind the net when you're that close.
Well, we got a ball game here, kids. I'll tell you that. We're all tied up at 3. 2:30 to go in the first quarter. Brad Cree with the toss. There's Dawick. Backpedals his way in. Cross floor pass. Clicks Schreiber in motion. You got Corey Small. Over to Cameron. Cameron. No, nice ankle breaker there. Cameron went 5-hole bouncer. Stopped by Chiliano. We will step aside here. We are all tied up at 3. Rock and the Rush. You're watching the NLL on TSN and ESPN+. The city of Toronto is situated upon the traditional territories of the Erie, Neutral, Huron-Wendat, Haudenosaunee, and Mississaugas. The NLL acknowledges all nations, indigenous and non, who live, work, and play on this land, and who honor and celebrate this territory. We're back inside the Paramount Fine Food Center in Mississauga. Andy McNamara alongside Brian Shanahan. What a ball game we have so far, Shanny. All tied up at 3. The action is fast and furious.
Yeah, and you think they missed Tom Schreiber's got 3 points, 2 goals and an assist on the first 3 goals.
No kidding. Finally getting some reinforcements back. This injury-plagued Rock team looking for their first win of the season. The Rush, great beginning to the year, 4-1. And there's Zach Mans, leads his team in points, goals, and assists. So stopped by Rose. Jubenville with the rebound. There's the captain, Challen Rogers. Good to have him back if you're a Toronto Rock fan. Jogs into Rush territory. Line pass, clicks on that right side. It was Dan Craig. Small in motion. Finds Schreiber just outside the line. Now back to the neutral zone. Schreiber moving. You got Craig. Craig waiting 10 seconds. Going behind the net again. It's worked twice for the Rock so far. Oh, just missed Craig. They have 5 seconds left. Rogers, 3 to shoot. Schreiber. Oh, that almost stuck in, Shanny.
Oh, that didn't miss by much.
That was a skipper, and that nearly made its way in.
And Toronto's continuing to park a player behind the net.
It's working.
And you know, well, 2 goals. It's worked for 2 goals, but not only that, it causes Chiliano to be constantly aware of that, to stay close to his net. He can't come out and be aggressive.
Right, causes that extra bit of distraction. Ooh, and that went off of the foot of a Rock defender, bounced just in between the benches. And there's a 2-on-1. It's a break, and it is a stop by Chiliano. Martin got denied. Hard hit. Looks like a Rock is coming. A penalty's coming to Toronto. Could be Phil Mazuka.
Yeah, Mazuka just ran over Ryan Barnable. The referee felt it was too aggressive, so it will be a power play if they don't score on the 6-on-5.
That's right, the net empty for Saskatchewan. Criollo with the move, using his big frame to try to create some space. Quick pass, shot there, Rose. Stick side shoulder save. And Saskatchewan will be getting a man advantage.
Yeah, that was a nice save by Rose there. He made a couple of very good saves right on the crease, especially after that last outside shot goal by Keenan.
Toronto penalty number 14, 2 minutes for legal body check.
You're going to see this right in front of the Rush net. You could have called it hit from behind too.
Yeah.
He came in hard. You got to lay up a little bit, especially with that referee's standing right there.
He saw it all. 23 seconds to go in this first quarter. First power play for the Rush, and you mentioned, Shanny, they are last with the man advantage. I don't even think that got through to Rose. Still picked up though. Desnew made that save. 9 seconds left. 6 seconds in the quarter. Keenan didn't get through. Point blank range. How did that stay out? Rose with an incredible sweeping save. Somehow that stayed out of the net.
That's about 3 saves similar to that Rose has made.
Oh.
Yeah, have a quick look. As Walter gets the ball, dives across, and Rose gets the arm out. That's a nice save. He's made 3 of them like that.
Fantastic. And after one, it's the Toronto Rock and Saskatchewan Rush all tied up at 3. We'll be back for the second. You're watching the NLL on TSN and ESPN+. Head to NLL.com Fan Zone to vote for the Connection of the Month presented by Eero today. One lucky winner will be selected to win a prize valued at $1,200. NLL Pick'em is the new way to get involved with weekly and monthly prizes. Everyone has a chance to win. Play today at the NLL Fan Zone. Andy McNamara alongside Brian Shanahan. Quarter number 2 getting ready to kick off. We're all tied up at 3. Saskatchewan Rush taking on the Toronto Rock here at Paramount Fine Food Center in Mississauga. And Shanny, one of the under-the-radar battles tonight, this face-off draw between Erlin and Naso.
Yeah. Shots on net that first quarter, 17-12 for the Rush. They got about a minute and 20 left on their power play.
That's right. Toronto scored on their lone power play. See what Saskatchewan can do here. 14 to shoot. Rush there's Church. He has one tonight. Decided to pass instead. Creeping in, going behind the net. Trying the same formula that worked twice on them.
Taking one right out of Toronto's book.
Rose said, no thanks. Hugged that post. Just at that end so far, though. Interesting.
Yeah. Well, I will tell you one thing. I mean, not only did Keenan use what the Rush did, Keenan will have his team adjust to what the Toronto's been doing to them.
40 with the man advantage for Saskatchewan, and Toronto just wearing it down, run down that clock. There's Schreiber. 5 seconds, that's a shot. Ooh, short-handed opportunity. Right off the bench, Toronto again will just chuck it down to the corner.
Schreiber's made a couple of long outside shots late in the shot clock that have missed by inches.
Yeah. Well, you said it earlier. He can score from anywhere.
Yes, exactly. Sometimes you see that and you think, oh, what's he doing? And eventually they're picking corners or going in off a post.
Just getting that feel like a boxer, right? You work the jab and almost jab that in, but Rose cut down the angle. 4 left with the man advantage. Keenan swinging away. Rock trying to finish off being down a man, and we are all evened up. Mazuka out of the box.
All right, Roxy, back to you and strength here on the floor.
So the Rock survive that penalty by Mazuka. Have possession here. Sidearm. Whoa, trickle, trickle, no! Corey Small thought he had it. Corey Small, 5 goals away from 400 in his career. Just stayed out of that line.
Almost. That ball got a second energy.
That's right. Here's Shanks. Sidearm pass. Crisp finds its mark. Oh! What a play by Cree. Cree with the hack.
What?
We got a tripping call.
I don't know who got the. I don't think Cree got the trip. I thought Cree made a beautiful play to get that ball back.
Is Cree going to the box?
I think it is Cree. We got to see this again because I thought that was an excellent stick check.
Penalty number 20, 2 minutes tripping.
Let's have a look here. It looked like the man had beat him, but he stole the ball. Let's see. Steps around. Oh, I guess it was a trip after the fact. So it was a beautiful stick check, but then his stick got tangled in his legs.
And the Rush will try to capitalize with their second power play. 0 for 1. Church high, wide, picked up by Saskatchewan again. Haley, he has one tonight. Church off that backboard, trying to get Rose moving. Rose has been on fire the last half of that first quarter and into the second. Shot did not get through. There's Shanks. Pass it to Keenan, and the shot clock hits 0.
And the Rush were coming very close there. That one shot by Keenan, I thought it looked like it went through the net.
Yeah. Minute 20 to kill for Toronto. They'll have it and just try to stroll around with it for a little bit. See if any lanes open up. You have Craig to Schreiber here. Schreiber, left wing. 3 seconds on the shot clock. Swim move. Working out. Takes one at the post. Giuliano hugs it. Under a minute to kill for Toronto. Saskatchewan being very methodical. Setting up their offense. Haley. Now they go in motion. Back to the point. Did he go? Oh, did not get through. Oh my. The Snoo got absolutely nailed somewhere. He is hurt. That ball got him somewhere and he is jogging off the floor. That looked extremely painful, Shannon.
Yeah, you know what? These guys, it's crazy how they block shots. In my day, that wasn't part of the game. The players didn't block shots.
Oh,
for reasons like this.
Looked like right in the gut. Could have been right in the solar plexus. Maybe knocked the wind out of him.
Well, now you see that it's part of the defense where sometimes a goalie will cover one side of the net, a defender will cover the other side of the net. It's very common. And these guys, I mean, they take a beating.
Oh, they do. Toughest sport in the world for my money. With no leg equipment.
Yeah.
Shannon, you played the game at the highest of levels, and man, you know better than anyone that if that lacrosse ball hits you at any speed, you're feeling it.
Yeah, I had no problem putting my stick in the lane. I wasn't putting my body in the lane.
Dan Craig, shot on 5 left to kill. One more chance for Saskatchewan as it hits 0. Trying for 1. Mans, kick back. Now at even strength, 3 comes out of the box. Have Shanks on the left wing. Stick handling. Waiting for help. Church pushing his way, then sets up. Shanks moving low to the baseline. Now kicked in. Looks to the low post. Couldn't connect with Church. Swing by Corbeil. Sidearm skipper. Whoa, and Rose got that stick down. Mazuka racing over. 5 minutes have expired in this second quarter. Maurice Small walking, moving. From that right to left, directing traffic. You got Craig on the near boards too. Keep an eye on him. There's Tom Schreiber. Blind pass. Going behind the net. Looking. Waiting. Scoring! Toronto! Make it Chris Boucher to put Toronto up 4-3.
Chris Boucher, who's also having a very good season, just like Dawick. On the right side, makes a nice play. These are the ones that didn't go in for him that often last year. They are going in for him now. He just uses his size to bump that player. You see his feet nowhere near the crease as he puts it in, but he's coming down on 2 guys, but he attacks 1. And as he goes down, he puts the ball in. That's in just a couple seconds left in the shot clock. Beautiful goal.
Well, 5'11", but 210 pounds, and using that frame to his advantage. Muscle his way in.
Schreiber's 4th point.
Wow. 2 goals, 2 assists for Captain America. What a return for him. There's Martin, Justin Martin. A lot of speed for the youngster. Heads up. Toronto whipping that ball around, now moving. Schreiber has Dawick. Dawick with the underhand scoop. Nifty little angle there.
They didn't reset the shot clock, but I don't know why.
No.
Wasn't that on net?
I thought it was. It is now as the ball sails out of bounds, and we will step aside. Rock with the lead over the Rush 4-3. You're watching the NLL on TSN and ESPN+. NLL Plus is here and free. The league's new streaming service offers fans around the world access to live games, full game replays, highlights, and exclusive content. Sign up today at NLL.com/plus. Andy McNamara alongside Brian Shanahan. The Rock have taken their first lead of the game up 4-3 on the visiting Saskatchewan Rush. And Shanny, this has been as jam-packed an opening half of lacrosse we've seen in quite a while.
Yeah, I mean, this is the kind of lacrosse that the Rock were hoping to display for their fans game 1.
That's right.
Obviously, injuries had a lot to do with that not starting off the way they wanted to.
Well, one of the players returning from injury, Tom Schreiber, 2 goals, 2 assists so far. Other goal scorers, Josh Dawick on the power play and Chris Boucher. Rock will start with possession. Schreiber with the ball. Cameron moving. Craig over to Schreiber on that left wing. Small trying to set up in the high post. Schreiber trying to do it himself, tiptoeing along that crease line. Just stays out. 15 seconds. Small wound up. Great shot. Better save by Chiliano. Whoa! And Small almost got the rebound there off that. Hossack.
Well, good play. They didn't get the ball over within 8
That's
seconds.
right.
Good credit to Small.
Creating that distraction and we're with timeout. Head coach Matt Sawyer.
For Rock Valley,
No,
illegal
I-
substitution.
Yeah,
Oh.
legal substitution for Toronto. So another power play.
Okay.
Now, I will say also, one thing that has not been good for the Rock is they are the second most penalized team in the NLL so far. That doesn't help their cause. Although surprisingly, the 5-0 Buffalo Bandits are the most penalized team.
Ha! Well, at some point you think it would catch up with you. Elijah Gash, new fan favorite, is the in-home serving this penalty. Oh, scores right away, Zach Mans. A laser from that right side. Mans on the power play. The leading point goer for the Rush. Buries another one.
And when you have a few snipers on your offense, power play's not working sometimes. You know, it's not like a set play. It's just, you know, man, step into it and take a shot.
Yep. Put all his 180 pounds behind that.
Yeah, he's definitely become a very confident shooter in the last couple of years. You know, coming to Saskatchewan has been great for him.
And with that power play goal, that means we are all tied up at 4 once again. Rock win that face-off, Petey Erlin. First game of the season, giving Toronto their face-off specialist that they've been missing. Martin cross floor pass to Mazuka. He'll get rid of it, head to the bench. Corey Small, cross floor, crisp pass, finds his mark to Schreiber. Schreiber waits. Playing catch with Small now. Small pushed out, has some space. Went 5-hole, Chiliano closed those legs. Long outlet pass, finds the marks. Accioni. Thought he might have had a shot. Decided he'd wait for help.
Accioni's got some good speed. He's really not a big guy, but he's a very aggressive defender with great speed, great on loose balls.
Tried for the blind pass, and how did that go in? My goodness. Just a push on the feed from Keenan, and that's Walter.
Yeah, Walter just gets into that dirty area of the floor. You know, you're going to go in the middle of the floor, you're going to take a beating, but he just sneaks in. Rogers has got his stick on his stick, but he still manages to reach over and get a good shot away, beat Nick Rose.
Clark Walter with the score. 4th goal of the year, as you see there. Now, the Rush have retaken the lead. 7:28 to play in the opening half. Toronto wins that face-off. Martin receives on the near boards. Jogs into Rush territory. Ab Schreiber, 4-point night so far. Looking for more. That left wing gets rid of it. You got Dawick. Ooh, underhand pass. Oh, Schreiber nearly came away with the turnover. Here comes Saskatchewan. 2-on-1. And Toronto Cameron races back to even up the odds.
Those flip passes have not worked well for Dawick. That one, I think, wasn't a bad decision. It just wasn't executed well.
Saskatchewan setting up. Church, he has one tonight. Left wing, pushing off, behind the back pass, fooled everyone, including his own teammate. Rose with a long outlet pass, finds the Snoo. Rush quick on the transition, no advantage. The Snoo's gonna do it himself. Oh, and that was a far side shot that Chiliano got a hand on. Loose ball scrambling in front of the Rock bench. Here's Desnu again. Recovered from taking that hard shot earlier. Dan Craig, the Iceman, stoned by Chiliano.
Yeah, he
Schreiber
just got
being
the
aggressive.
arm out on that shot.
Both goalies have made some sensational stops tonight. Oh, Saskatchewan slow again.
8 seconds again.
Didn't get over, transition, point blank, range, scores! He got it! Chris Boucher! Boucher with number 2 on the night.
And the Rush coaching staff won't be happy about this. And they get caught on the 8 seconds, not getting over half. And there's no reason. There really was no pressure. There's just a little lackadaisical. And the Rock take full advantage of it with Boucher putting it in.
Tied at 5. Boucher with that speed, nice feed from Corbeil, and yeah, you take a look at Derek Keenan there, not pleased.
Yeah, I mean, it really wasn't necessary.
No, you're right.
A team puts great pressure on. I was just not paying attention.
Yeah, just didn't pay attention on that one. Naso and Erlin all over each other. Still loose ball scramble, still loose, now picked up by Mazuka. Mazuka getting double team, spinning ball knocked free, and it's a turnover.
Good play by the Rush. They saw he had no help nearby, and they just 3 guys all over him.
Garland making sure he gets over for that 8 seconds. 17 to shoot for Saskatchewan. Cross floor pass to the weak side, finds Mans over to Haley. Haley has one tonight, sidearm, stopped by Rose. Long pass, like leading a wide receiver. There's Martin. Martin! Whoa! And that got Chiliano. It got him, he's frozen, fell over like a tree. Saskatchewan back the other way quick though. Triolo so huge, that big body. Rose got a shoulder on. Hacked down. The aggressiveness getting turned up a notch. And here come the Rock. There's Brad Cree. Triolo listed at 6'8", 215. There's Small. Oh, Small ball knocked loose. He didn't know it though. Loose ball. Here's Hasek. Hasek. Gonna pass it to the weak side. Rose looked behind him. Rose stopped it. Rose got enough on that near left side.
Well, the Rock were very lucky. There was a player near the bench when Small got stripped of that ball, so that didn't become a breakaway.
And with all that, we will step aside. We're all tied up at 5. Penalty coming up. We'll discuss that in a moment. You're watching the NL Level on TSN and ESPN Plus. All right, so it's not a penalty. It's a review on a goal. Saskatchewan challenging that the ball went in, Shanny.
Yeah, and I don't think it did, and we already saw one replay. It hit the post, hit Rose's back, and then I think it just goes wide. Now, this is not a good angle to see it, although Derek Keenan thinks that's proof. Now, from that angle, it looks like it might, but we saw the other angle. It looked like it didn't. I've got to see if we've got another angle. This is the one I want to see.
Yeah, look at this overhead here.
So hits the post. I think that's the first hit. Oh no, we gotta go back a bit. Yeah. Did it hit the post and the post again, I believe?
I think it bounced off post, Rose, post.
Yeah, this. I'm saying this was not it. Post back, and it goes post again.
Post out.
And I think the last angle we saw is the best one. So I'm gonna. Yeah, this one here.
Time, yeah.
Post back.
Nah.
And that does not go in.
No. We'll get the official call.
After review, the call on the field is confirmed. The ball does not enter the goal. No goal.
No goals to call.
Saskatchewan is charged with their first team timeout.
And Saskatchewan charged with their first timeout on the failed challenge.
So I could see where that one angle, it did look like the ball hit the mesh, and And that's what Keenan was pointing up at the screen. They must have seen that and decided to make the call.
To be worth a shot.
Sometimes the shake of the net makes that mesh move and it could fool you.
Rock with the ball here. Behind the net's been successful twice tonight. Josh Dawick, 5 to shoot though. Threaded the needle, found small, bounce out though. There's Schreiber, and it is wide into the crowd as the shot clock hits 0. Rush possession, here's Messenger. Remember, Rush had been charged twice with not getting over in that 8-second mark, led to a Toronto goal last time. Here's Austin Shanks. Austin Shanks creeping in, has some room here. Dumped it behind, and the ball, no one knows where it is. Church lost track of it, went right behind him. Ball's up for grabs, picked up by Toronto. Justin Martin to Desnew. Desnew waiting for help. He's quarterbacking this drive. Desnew, swim move, beautifully done. Desnew over the top, denied.
Well, Mitch Desnew.
Oh, up from a knee. That would have been a crease violation anyway, but Chris Boucher going for it. Limps off here, Shanny.
Yeah.
Uh-oh, something to keep an eye on. Already has 2 tonight, this Boucher. Dynamic young Rock player. There's Keenan. Oh, and Haley was through that crease. Toronto possession. Got Corbeil sprinting up the floor, up ahead of Weir. 2:50 to go in this opening half. We're all tied up at 5.
Chris Boucher making his way to the Rock dressing room.
Not good for Toronto, who just getting healthier. Shot right on to Chiliano, saw that all the way. There's Triolo. Gives to Garland. Triolo, all 6'8" of him. What a massive figure he is. Triolo, 29. Swim move gets hacked. Puts the weak side over the top, hard and wide. And it will be Rock ball here. If it would have been over and back. Here's Gash.
Over and back violation against Saskatchewan.
Over and back the call. Rock ball. Here's Schreiber. Dishes from the right, moves to the left. Small in motion here to Cameron. Stutter step, waits. Centering up. Cameron with some space. Bouncer. Oh, that just missed Shannon. And I mean just. Small receives. Clicks with Schreiber. Dawick moving. Schreiber shot got knocked down. Ascioni gets rid of it. Barnable finds McClellan. Here's Kidd the third. High pass off the glass. Ricochets and Toronto comes up with it. Long looping pass. Gets Corbeil. Corbeil tentatively making his way, then finds Mazuka as the Rock offense will transition on. Dan Craig. Mazuka sets a pick. Buck 25 to go in this opening half. There's Schreiber with the quick moves. Went for a push. Got knocked down by Jay. Loose ball picked up by Schreiber. 26 to shoot. You have Cameron on the near boards. Craig. Now Schreiber has it. That clever stick work. Spinning, waiting, pushing, no lane. Now a skip shot. Stopped by Chiliano, who was off balance.
That was a nice, juicy rebound, but Rush defenders did a good job of making sure no one was able to pick it up.
Last minute to play in this opening half. Tied up at 5, Rush ball. Church takes it on the left wing. Church centering up. Got it past Weir somehow, but couldn't connect with his defender. Loud crash on the glass. Captain Challen Rogers.
Oh, this is very smart. See what he's doing? There was over 30 seconds left. He did not want to pick the ball up, so there was less than 30 seconds.
Very smart, and a timeout called by Matt Sawyer.
So now the Rock can pull Nick Rose, get that last shot, and if he had picked that ball up immediately, there would have been 33, 34 seconds. A chance for the Rush to get one last shot at the empty net.
And there will be the extra attacker on for the Rock with 26.9 seconds left. We'll have highlights coming up, lacrosse tic-tac-toe, and out-of-town scores. So make sure you are staying tuned at halftime, because this first half, Shanny, holy.
Oh my gosh, it's been exciting.
This has been great. So if you're the Rock, Shannon, what are you saying right now? You have the extra attacker on, 26.9 seconds left.
Well, I got to think you're going to put somebody behind the net.
It's worked twice.
I think what I've noticed, though, that the Rush, earlier in the game, they weren't following them behind the net. They were covering from in front. And this period, this quarter, they've been going after the guy. But even if they do, it becomes a 5-and-4 in front of the net.
Right. Yes, because you have to account for him behind, and it is a distraction for Ciliano. Like you said, Shane, you can't come out to cut down that angle.
Yeah. So I think they will put a guy behind the net. Sometimes teams like to camouflage that guy behind the net. They don't start right off. They sneak somebody back. Somebody winds up for a big shot, becomes a pass.
Dan Craig is going to start for Toronto.
And I'm looking to see...
Schreiber's behind there.
I was looking to see if Boucher was on the floor. I don't believe he is.
Have to see if he comes out for the third quarter. Went to the back. 18 seconds left. You got Dan Craig there. Toronto waiting, trying to run the clock down. Got one play in. We have Craig with possession in the neutral zone. Schreiber on the left near the Rock bench. You got Cameron down low. Now they're in motion. Here's Schreiber. Schreiber pass to Small. Bouncer. It's high. There's a rebound. It's big. 1 second left. And the bounce shot goes wide. The half is over. And after 2 quarters, we have solved absolutely nothing. We're all tied up at 5. The Rock of the Rush are all tied up at 5. We'll be back with the halftime show. You're watching the NLL on TSN and ESPN+.
As the Toronto Rock, we have 3 things that we do every shift. We compete, we get up the floor, we get back, we get to the bench. And most importantly, boys, tonight we win. Rock on 3, 1, 2, 3.
Schreiber switches hands, shoots, scores. And shoots, scores. It's his night. What a stop by Rose. And there's a momentum swing. Boucher Crichton scores. No doubter. Are you not entertained?
Tickets at TorontoRock.com.
At the half, we are all tied up at 5. We're at Paramount Fine Food Center in Mississauga, Ontario. I'm Andy McNamara alongside Brian Shanahan. And Shanny, this is some terrific back and forth. We got saves, we got goals, we got speed, we got a bit of everything.
Well, and when you got a guy like Tom Schreiber back, you're hoping you get some impact from him, and we sure did. A couple of goals, couple of assists, and we're going to see some of them.
Let's take a look at this. Some help coming back for Toronto.
Yeah, here's Tom Schreiber, steps back and takes a shot. That was his first goal of the game. That's when we thought, yeah, he can still shoot. And watch him here behind the net. Dives in that dunk. That's his second goal. And Boucher's played very well. 2 guys there. He attacks one, puts it in. And this was Boucher again on the quick turnover for Toronto, so they're getting goals from their big guys.
And we saw Boucher banged up. We'll keep track to see if he comes out for the third quarter. But Saskatchewan, they're holding their own too.
Yeah, when you talk about their big guys, you're talking about Keenan, you're talking about Church, you're talking about Mans, and they're performing as well.
Let's take a look at a few of their goals, because they've been all over the place here.
Yeah, I think this starts with Robert Church. He just comes around. He's so smooth. Like, just a step and a shot, and it goes in. He's done that his whole career. And this is the one, I think, Keenan. Oh, yeah, he beats a man up high. Wrong side of the floor, puts everything into it. And on the power play, Mans decides, hey, let me shoot. It's not working, but I'll take a shot. And he puts it in. So that's a big goal for them, and it's 5-5. It's been pretty exciting.
Well, I'm pretty close in the shot category as well. The faceoffs more even, and Toronto with the lead in that category. TD Erlin, big addition coming back.
Oh, yeah. I mean, they were getting killed on the faceoffs the last few weeks, so it's huge having him back.
Loose balls, so we are all tied up at 5. We'll be back with more halftime show coming up here on NLL. Let's look around the NLL. Busy night this evening, Shane.
Oh, it sure is. You see Colorado beating Albany at halftime. Another barn burner there. Rochester and Halifax. Those guys, it looks pretty exciting everywhere you see.
Yeah.
Except Buffalo is doing what we kind of expect Buffalo to do. 5-1 lead in the second quarter, and there's some later games tonight as well, Andy.
Yeah, we look Georgia, Calgary, San Diego, Las Vegas, and a Monday nighter.
Yeah, Monday night. I thought they were playing that game in Philadelphia tomorrow. Is there something going on in Philadelphia
I think there's a little football game going on with the Eagles, I believe. So, yeah, that'll happen on Monday, Vancouver and Philadelphia. The NLL is all about having fun while competing, and the fun doesn't stop once the game is over. Sometimes even the broadcasters need to get in on the action, and that's the case today. It's broadcaster versus player. It's the exciting showdown. Ottawa Black Bears forward Connor Kiernan takes on our own Pat Gregoire in a thrilling game of lacrosse tic-tac-toe, brought to you by Eero, who will claim victory in this unique face-off.
Middle one shouldn't be hard. That's usually where I used to shoot the ball, right at the goalie's chest. So. What's up, guys? We're back here at the track, NLL Media Day. Tic-tac-toe continues. And I don't know if you pulled the short stick here, but apparently we're going one-on-one right now.
Okay, rock, paper, scissors, shoot?
Yes, absolutely. Ready? Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. All right, your honors. You either shoot first or...
You go first.
All right.
Let you have it.
Bold strategy.
I knew I was fine. Oh, there it is. If I lose the patty, I will not hear the end of it in my locker room.
Ultimate max fine.
Oh, we're in trouble.
That's not the one I wanted, but...
Hey, for the record, I'm an inside shooter. Inside shooter, get that on camera.
I mean, that's a goal scorer shot. Played in front of sold-out buildings, ruckus crowds. Probably never been so nervous shooting the ball before, have you?
TSN media guy here? Oh, no way. Starstruck. This is his wedding gift if he wins.
Thank you.
Where's my wedding gift?
There we go. He's back. I'm in trouble. I'm in big trouble. I'm in big trouble.
Sandbag it. Well,
Absolute choke job. Choke job by me.
That was better than I thought.
Cut it. Cut it. We're done here. So that balloon wasn't regulation size.
Before we begin the second half of tonight's game, we want to take a moment to say our hearts are with everyone impacted by the devastating wildfires in Southern California, those displaced from their homes, those facing uncertainty, and the communities working to rebuild. We also want to express our deepest gratitude to the courageous first responders, firefighters, emergency personnel, and volunteers who are risking their lives to protect others and preserve our communities. Tonight, we stand in solidarity with Southern California and send our support and strength to all those affected. Thank you for joining us and recognizing the resilience of our communities and the bravery of those on the front lines. Welcome back to the Paramount Fine Food Center in Mississauga. Andy McNamara alongside Brian Shanahan. We take a look at the game leaders so far here, Shanny. It's been a great first half.
Well, Bushi and Schreiber obviously having great games. 4 points each out of the 5 goals. Keenan's having quite the game too. 4 points as well. Both goalies making some big saves and 21-22 saves.
5 different goal scorers for the Rush. Mans, Walter, Keenan, Church, and Haley. You got a couple from Schreiber and Bushi, and the other on the power play from Josh Dawick.
Yeah, all the Rock goal scorers have been their righties. Nothing from their lefties so far. Dan Craig, Corey Small, quiet on that side of the floor.
A milestone possible for Rock head coach Matt Sawyer tonight. He would move into 9th in the NLL all-time coaching wins category with 86. And if he can pull out the victory this evening.
The Rush are no stranger to close games. They've been 3 overtimes so far, winners of 2.
And we saw the Rock ahead in the face-off wins, something they have not had all year with the return of T.D. Erlin taking on Jay Naso, Saskatchewan's top face-off man. Naso comes up with that one. Rush in their visiting bright green, white with black trim uniforms, Rock in blue, red, and white. Messenger snaps it. All tied at 5, everybody. Rock looking and needing their first win of the season this evening. Saskatchewan looking to improve from 4-1, sitting in 3rd in the NLL as the night starts. Whoa, and that ball sails about 12 rows up. Just got to keep your eyes open.
Off of Keenan's stick, just hit the tip of his stick, and it was long gone.
And the Rock benefit from that. There's Sean Rogers, the captain. Gets his face shoved. Look at that swim move. A hard stroke. Rogers up and scores the captain! Pushes off the defender. Scores and rolls. And the Rock are up 6-5.
Oh my, this is a nice goal. I thought the Rush played it well. Once they saw him trying to drive the net, watch they all come over to help. There's two guys, a third guy's coming over, and yeah, just a little bit too much room for the captain, and manages to reach around. Watch here, the last second he does that extra reach, and I correct myself, that help came a little bit too late.
Boy, Rogers earned that goal, Shandy.
He sure did.
Oh, physical, tenacious, just this face-off battle we have here. Look at Erlin and Nathan in a rugby scrum. My goodness. Erlin comes up with it, but then it's turned. No, it's not turned over. Loose ball scramble on the near boards. There's Gash. Eliza Gash. And Boudreau with Cree. Still loose. Who has it? No one has it yet.
No, Rush player has it.
Barnable now is knocked free. Physicality turned up. And the Rock finally come away with it. Start the shot clock. You have the Snoo. We'll have to keep an eye out too, Shanny, if Bushi, Chris Bushi, number 21, is back on the floor for the Rock, left late in the second quarter with what looked like a leg injury. Josh Dawick, he has one tonight. Craig distributes the ball to that right wing. You got Cameron there. Cameron high, wide. Huge rebound, picked up by Schreiber. Schreiber with a 4-point night so far in the neutral zone. Skips into the territory. And sidearms it down. 30-second shot clock will be rush ball.
Well, despite the fact that he's got a couple of goals, he's still missing on his outside shots.
Yeah.
And sooner or later, those are at least going to hit the net and give the goalies a bit of a challenge.
Yeah, the timing is just a matter of time. Mans got rid of it high. And nice stop by Desnu. Might have saved a goal on Haley there, who has one tonight. Haley and Desnu battling. Church there too. The ball's still loose. This game's got a bit of everything. Hostrauser feeds Jubenville. Heads over center. Dishes and heads off. And there's Bushi right there. We see him.
Well, that's good news for Rock fans.
Yep, Chris Bushi. 2 goals tonight. He is back with the fake. Oh! Caught an angle, and Chiliano saw enough at the end. Through a screen. Barnable. The captain, Ryan Keenan. Cross floor. Oh, hit the ref.
Oh, boy.
Oh, boy. Hit the official on the head, intended for Shanks. Official seems okay. Keenan has some room. Stoned by Rose. Triolo can't get to it. Cree does for Toronto. Bounce pass. Gash fields it like a second baseman, trying to get over center, and does. That 8-second violation that Saskatchewan's been called on twice is the captain, Challen Rogers, left side. Looking for the lane. Pops out Schreiber. Waits, weak side. Puts with Small. 12 to shoot. There's Cameron. And scores! Brian Cameron, laser! 7-5, Toronto!
Well, I'll tell you, that rookie Brian Cameron can shoot an outside shot. That's his 4th goal this season. Scored 2 against the Bandits. And I just mentioned how things were quiet from the lefties. I didn't even mention his name. And he steps out here and gets a beautiful shot.
Off the spin, back foot too, Shannon. Look at the pick of that corner.
That's the first 2-goal lead for Toronto. They've had 2 3-goal runs in this game. But we know we got a lot to go.
Gorgeous goal by Cameron. And the Rock will come up with it, well, for a moment. And now they do, coming back the other way. There's Mazuka. Martin. The home crowd is hot here for the Rock. You have Schreiber on the near boards, and Craig moves to that other far side. Schreiber waits behind the net, went behind, but they decided to move out to it. Dawick went with the pass, was knocked down, but the Rock collected anyway. 4 seconds left. 3 to shoot. Ooh, yeek. Barnable scores! Count it! Barnable took it for the team.
Yeah, one ref waved it off. The other ref said it was good. I think they're going to go watch this. Now, this doesn't require a flag. If the referees are in disagreement and they decide, hey, we're going to check it out. So this basically means that there has been no official call.
Right. Okay, here we go.
The previous goal is under review. Referee discretion.
And we saw Bushi, who would, if the goal stands, get credit for it. Came up limping a little bit again.
And this is the right thing to do from the referees. You know, no coach has to waste a challenge. This one is so close, I agree. Like, when the referees aren't united, I better check it out.
Shanny, I was still wincing from the bounce shot that
Oh,
Barnable
my
took down
gosh.
south. Oh, my Lord. Okay, here we look. In the air.
Well,
so what has to happen here, Shanny?
We need the sound. It's the question is, did it go in before the shot clock went?
Ah. Okay, so we can see
okay, I didn't even see. There's the shot clock in the upper right corner.
One. Ball has to be out of the stick. Oh,
yeah,
boy.
that's a long 1 second.
That is a long 1 second. Wow. Well, you cannot get close on that.
I was hoping we could get the
Okay, so look. Okay, one.
the tenths of seconds.
Still one.
It's up.
Still one. Oh, now that one looks like maybe not.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Bushi was airborne, so it's not a crease issue. It's definitely shot clock.
Yeah, our producer is saying he heard the buzzer
right
before, and I thought I did too. And I do like this because there's no more inconclusive. The referees have to conclude one way or another.
Yep.
Sometimes I find it very frustrating when there's inconclusive evidence.
That's right. So we'll see another look. So one, see the one on the shot clock. One is the ball out.
I'm going to say they won't count this goal.
I am with you. That might be the longest 1 second in sports history.
1 second in slow motion lasts a long time.
There's head coach and GM, co-head coach Derek Keenan for the Rush. See, from that angle, it really depends, I guess, Shanny, when the ball comes out of the stick. That's the that's the angle.
I mean, you know, it's not like basketball. It's got to be in the net.
And so is it? I think you're right. I think that's coming back.
Hey, this is the other thing. Are they? I'm assuming they're using the shot clock we see right there.
Oh, here we go. All right. This is anyone's guess.
After a review, the call by the lead official is overturned. The shot clock expires. No goal.
Oh. Well, okay. No goal is the call. Seemed like the right one from the angles we had, Shane.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. I felt that was the right call.
Doesn't get much closer than that. So the Rocks lead remains at 2. 4 minutes have gone by in this third quarter. What a tremendous battle.
I'm just tallying up the points. I believe Schreiber's got 6 points.
There's man's all alone!
Oh my.
What? How did Rose keep that out?
Rose did not move. He just...
That ball ricocheted. It was like Plinko. It was going all around. Rogers. How?
Oh!
And scores! Are you kidding me? Rogers. The rebound went back and got picked up after he let it absolutely rip. Chiliano is flailing, and Corey Small is going to get the goal.
And this, that was less than 10 seconds after the save.
Yes.
From Rose. That shot missed by a mile right into Small's stick, and it doesn't go immediately in. He actually gets a piece of it, but the momentum carries it in.
My goodness.
You know, once in a while I'll say that, you know, and I've seen it where a player will make a pass off the back glass.
As an intentional, yeah.
That wasn't intentional.
Oh, there's Barnable! Stopped by Rose. Another save by Rose. Nick Rose on absolute fire right now. Here's Martin galloping up the floor. Yeah, Cameron, he's got one tonight, faked the pass, held onto it. Now he'll find Schreiber. Schreiber, swim move, can't penetrate. Back to the point for Dawick. Dawick, high, wide, and it is rush ball. There's Garland. 5 minutes has expired in this third quarter. Rock up 8-5 now. On a run. Rush trying to stop that. Stoned by Rose off the bouncer. Nice attempt by Mans, who has won this evening. Former Toronto Rock player and leads the Rush in points. Here's Boucher. He's had a bit of a nagging leg injury the latter part of the second quarter. Has a couple of goals tonight. 10 on the shot clock. A little bit of space there. Cameron held back though. Looking to get rid of it, got it. There's Boucher, sidearm right into the belly of Chiliano. Juicy rebound. Swatted it away. Dawick trying to position himself so he doesn't get smashed by Acciano. 2-on-1 for Dawick. Boudreau comes up with it. Rush ball. Accioni takes the high fly ball, corrals it in. Here's Keenan, Captain Ryan Keenan for the Rush. So dangerous, sidestep. Sent across, got past Martin. Underhand toss to Keenan, weak side, a little bit of space, right on for Rose, saw it all the way. Rebound scooped up, Mazuka gets shoved from behind. Well, Blind sails it.
Well, if he had landed in the crease, the ball would have been going back to the Rush. You can't step back in your crease, so that was just a Hail Mary attempt to hoping it was going to a teammate.
And it worked. 15 seconds left. There's Cameron. That had velocity. Schreiber. Ooh, he just stayed from over and back. That was close. 1 foot in the air. Here's Cameron again on that right side. The lefty diving. Did he save? He did. Chiliano. Oh, Chiliano. Folks, don't you go anywhere. Rock lead the Rush 8-5. What a ball game. You're watching the NLL, TSN, and ESPN Plus. Don't miss any of the action this season. Head to NLL.com/tickets and get yourself front row seats to your favorite NLL team. All of the big hits, highlight reel goals, and star-studded matchups. That's NLL.com/tickets. And boy, if you got a ticket for tonight, my, you've been treated. 8-5 is the score for the Toronto Rock in the third quarter. Andy McNamara alongside Brian Shanahan.
Well, Andy, Nick Rose doesn't make that save on Zach Mann.
Yes.
The score is 7-6 right now. Instead, he makes a nice leg save, great positioning, ball up the floor, and Corey Small puts it in, and now we're 8-5, 3-goal lead instead of 1. So goaltending can make a huge difference, a timely save.
Well, that's a tremendous point because it ricocheted off about 3 or 4 different body parts of Rose. He kept it out somehow. And then you're right, went up the floor. And it's 8-5 Toronto, 8:12 to go in the third. And the refs are talking with the Toronto Rock bench right now.
That's assistant coach Bruce Codd talking to the referee. Pretty animated right now. Matt Sawyer's getting a few words in. Bruce Codd coaches the defense of Toronto.
I don't know if we're going to get an explanation as to what Mr. Codd was upset about. But he got the explanation.
Well, they're not going to share it with us.
They're not going to tell us. No. Regardless, it will be rush ball, and they will start in their own end.
And let's keep an eye. I'm going to keep an eye on Bruce Codd. The next time he loses a gasket, I'm going to try to figure out why.
Zach Mann's in motion. You got Keenan there. Finds Triolo, all 6'8" of them. Keenan, rid of it. There's Mans again. Mans swimming, moving, working his way in one-handed. 8 to shoot. Off Church! And the door is closed by Rose.
And, you know, who's covering Zach Mans there? Challen Rogers.
Yeah.
You know, that's why he is so valuable. He plays defense. He stays up on offense. He's got a goal and an assist. He's decided he's going to stay up there now. He's dangerous all over the floor.
So valuable to have him back. There's Brian Cameron, who got swatted in the face as he let the shot go. Chiliano with the save. Loose ball. Cameron keeps going. floor.
Oh,
Hey,
boy.
I'm telling you, folks, you can't find a tougher sport than this. Sensational. My goodness. Here's Boudreau for Saskatchewan. 18 on the shot clock. You got Shanks in motion. He's calling for it. Shanks was wide open just for a moment. Martin was able to cover him up. Hanging out in that low post.
Very
Keenan.
slow change for the Rush, though.
Yeah. Keenan forcing his way through somehow. Ball did not get to its intended target. Keenan hacked down. Here comes Billy Hostrauser. Hostrauser rumbling over the floor. Hostrauser off to Schreiber. Schreiber dishes and looking to set himself up. You got Dahlwick. Left side. Oh, and just a poke to Hostrauser. And it went off the heel of his stick. Almost like a bit of a changeup. Almost fooled Chiliano. Point blank range. Denied by Rose. Achiano. No good. Here comes Jubenville. We're racing up and down the floor.
Well, and that was another one of those plays. Great save by Chiliano one end.
Yep.
And then straight up the floor, another great save.
Boucher. Cross floor pass. You got Dahlwick there, centered up. 8 seconds to shoot here. Dahlwick loses possession, picked up by Messenger. Had his pocket picked. Here comes Saskatchewan. There's Garland. With the odd man rush for a moment. Rose cut down that angle nicely. Far side miss. Spinning around. Oh, what a move by Cree. Turned himself invisible.
3 on 2.
3 on 2. Cree with the fake. Finds Dahlwick point blank high and wide and picked up by Boudreau.
Now this is turning into a track meet.
Rush hustling down the floor to the other end. And there's Zach Mann slowing things down for a moment. Pops it to the weak side. Oh, Rose, shoulder stop. You could hear that shoulder pad. The ball clanging off with this new long feed. Inhaled by Gash. Here's Gash. Elijah Gash. Gash pushes, waits behind Chiliano. Lost track of it. Hugged that back post. Just kept it out. Here's Accioni. Right wing. You got Keenan, the captain now. Ooh, and Triolo lost track of the ball, and Toronto came up with it. He spun around, didn't see it. Ball knocked free again, though. Using those long 6'8" arms. Picked up here is Jubenville. Jubenville. Oh, he was thinking about it.
Yeah, he thought about taking it to the net. I think that was the better move.
Yep.
They got to give their guys a chance to breathe.
Yeah, great point. That was a couple minutes of straight back and forth. Boucher, sidearm skip, turned aside by Chiliano. Messenger with a toss. Finds Hasek. Under 5 minutes to play in the third. Saskatchewan moving. Church trying to set a pick. Over to Keenan. And Rose just stood its ground on that bullet from Haley. Knocked free. Boucher.
The Rush would really like to get at least one before the end of this quarter.
Down by 3. We came into the third after half, all tied up at 5. Been all Toronto. Not for lack of effort on the Rush part, though. Just some terrific saves by Nick Rose. There's Cameron. Cameron, the lefty, scores! Centered up! 44 with the finish, and it's 9-5 Toronto.
I think teams are going to start realizing that this rookie has got a dangerous shot, and you can't give him that much space. Really nice play. They're playing the two-man game, him and Small, and he's just got way too much room. Jake Boudreau, who's a really great defender, has to charge up on him, and he gets to wind up and follow through, and he puts it in for his second of the game.
6'4", 212 for the rookie. A lot of size and put a ton of power behind it. Second of the game for Cameron. 9-5, 3:46 to go. Small with the helper, and Dahlwick also with an assist. $12 to shoot for Toronto, looking for more. We know this is a game of bunches. You can score in chunks. Never enough with how good this Rush team is. Oh, Schreiber, the outside shot. Off the mark there, but not by much. The Rock lead the Rush 9-5. You're watching the NLL on TSN and ESPN+. The next NLL Friday night on TSN is set as the Toronto Rock visit the Calgary Roughnecks on January 24th at 9 p.m. Eastern. Don't miss the action on TSN and ESPN+. Welcome back inside the Paramount Fine Foods Center in Mississauga, Ontario. Andy McNamara alongside Brian Shanahan. And it has been all Toronto Rock in this second half so far. 9-5 Toronto.
Well, they're on a 5-goal run, and, including the last goal they scored in that first half. So that has given them a bit of a cushion, but as we all know in lacrosse.
Yeah. That's 4 goals to nothing, Shanny.
Yeah.
And the track meet we saw, the back and forth, this score could be easily flipped. Or closer or the other way. The goaltenders have been sensational. This has been a great game.
One of the things I love about the style of lacrosse both teams play is when there's a save, they want to get that ball up the floor as quick as possible.
Yep.
And both teams have elite transition players playing defense.
Oh, absolutely. The Rush will start the drive. Coming in from their own end, it's Zach Manns, team leader in goals, assists, and points coming into this one. Former Toronto Rock as well. Keenan, the captain, got rid of it, receives again. We have Big Triolo. Oh, and boy, he just found Rose. Found that corner. Bottom, and the Rock, Corbeil not happy about something.
Well, Robert Church, tell me this goal doesn't look similar to the first one.
Yeah, it does.
He's just a smooth shooter. Watch, there's going to be a big pick set there by Big Triolo, and that just gives Church some space, and he just puts that shot in.
Bottom left corner. And you're right, Shanny, so smooth. The placement and the accuracy. And the game within the game is this face-off battle between TD Erlin, first game of the year for Toronto, and Naso, and Erlin will come up with it for Toronto. Under 3 minutes to go in this third quarter. Toronto's lead cut to 3. Here's Chris Boucher. He has a pair tonight. There's Cameron. He has a couple. The rookie, Cameron, no look past to Boucher on the left side. 5 to shoot. Boucher spin moves, gets pushed back. 3 seconds now. Boucher on his leg. Now down. And 30-second violation.
And that's just great defense by Messenger.
Yeah. Rush sprinting up the floor.
He comes over and double teams.
Barnable. Got it. To the weak side, put it right back to Manns. Manns off his left foot. And he is denied by Nick Rose. Elijah Gash, the 6'4" youngster. Not a lot of power. Spins his way out. Two minutes left in this quarter. Here's Josh Dawick. And Schreiber. Schreiber, a little bit of room.
Got 2 guys on him.
Yep, and then he pushed back. Boucher sets the pick. And Schreiber overhand hurl. Stopped by Chiliano. Schreiber diving. Oh, we got a breakaway. Well, for a moment, come back 2-on-1. Jay trying to set the pick. Some room. Rose, sweeping save, rebound, stoned by Rose.
That's 2 big saves by Nick Rose.
Wow.
Well, I don't know if he knew where the ball was on the second save, but he knew enough not to move.
Sensational stops by Nick Rose. What a game he's having. Minute 20 to go in this third quarter. Behind the net. Josh Dawick has scored there before. It comes out, though. No help for Cameron. Everyone's jammed up. Now finds Boucher. Boucher, Dawick backpedaling to create some space. 4 seconds to shoot. Rock unable to penetrate. Shot does not get through. Went off of Messenger. And rush ball. Last minute of play in the third. Bobby Kidd the third. Gets rid of the ball, heads off to the bench. Here's Keenan. Keenan, ooh, tried to get Rose moving, didn't work. Nice save behind Rogers, spinning, has some room with Rogers, the captain. He goes, he shot and stoned by the crossbar. Denied by Steele. 35 seconds to go. Rush coming back the other way. There's Messenger, has Boudreau with him. Messenger showed body frustration, didn't have any help that he wanted. Rock on transit. Oh, Triolo got in behind, but it went off the tip of his stick. Ostrowser working on the much bigger 6'8" Triolo. Corbeil on 2. Ball comes loose. The ferocity. And the refs blow it. Crease violation against the Rush. The goalie is coming out for Toronto. Nick Rose to the bench. Extra attacker on. 4 seconds left. And off of the Rush defender. And that'll do it for quarter number 3. And what a quarter it was. One more to go here, folks. Rock lead the Rush 9-6. You're watching the NLL on TSN and ESPN+. Celebrate the indigenous roots of the game of lacrosse on Saturday, February 8th, when the Rock host San Diego on Indigenous Heritage Night. Tickets at TorontoRock.com. Look at Nick Rose here, Shanny. What a game he's had for Toronto.
Yeah, part of the reason the Rush have only scored 6 goals so far is because he has played so well, particularly in close. Couple outside shots beat him early in the game, but in tight, he's been magic. And then look how fast he gets that ball, puts it up the floor. That was just a recent 2-on-1 where he made a couple saves. That ball was just under his foot.
Looking like the reigning goaltender of the year that he is. 9-6, Andy McNamara alongside Brian Shanahan. One more quarter to go. Toronto leading the visiting Saskatchewan Rush at 9-6. Toronto with possession here, going from left to right on your screen. There's the speed, Justin Martin. He'll head off. You got Captain Challen Rogers, who scored a hard-fought, beautiful goal earlier. And here's Cameron. And we got a change of possession here for Saskatchewan.
Yeah, I missed that. I think it's something Challen Rogers did.
Rose with the scoop save. Add that to the highlight pack, too. Corbeil now takes the outlet pass.
Corbeil, former captain of the Rush.
That's right.
He's got some hardware from them.
Toronto kicks it back into the neutral zone. Small directs traffic as Craig Blind passes to the other side for Schreiber. Swinging save, rattles off the top of the glass, stays in play. McClellan gets clocked in the back of the head. And the Rush will pick it up. Here's Boudreau. Taking his time, a little walk in the neutral zone. Transition is complete. Offense on for Saskatchewan. Walter has one tonight in motion. Church receives. Church gives to that right side, looking for his screen. Ostrowser tight on him. Tight on Triolo. Tried to get Rose moving to get out front, swing and a miss. Toronto with the turnover. Here's Cree. To Corbeil. Oh, low Dowick. And Chiliano just gave him nothing to look at there, Shan. He had to wait.
Yeah, wrong side of the floor. He looked around and there was no play. And I think this is the smarter move.
Yep. Instead of just taking a shot, wait and reset. 9 seconds on the shot clock to shoot. There's Cameron. Quick footwork. And the 6'4" youngster. Shoulder stop by Chiliano. A fresh 30. Messenger getting hacked by Cameron. Ball still free. Still free. Who's ball? Who's going to get it? It is Jay of Saskatchewan. Swim move gets clocked at center. Accioni now. He'll wait. The Rush down by 3. Only 1 goal in that third quarter. The rest for Toronto. Triolo spins off. Oh, and Rose just made himself huge. Cut down that angle. Triolo just got slippery there. Great spin move.
He's got such reach, Triolo, as you said, 6'8".
Oh. Not much bigger wingspan than that in the NLL. Rock with possession here, offense. Setting up, no rush. Schreiber, sidestep, he had that pass and a beauty. There's Small, didn't see anything he liked though. Went high, wide, and
penalty.
Yeah, penalty. Looked like Dan Craig was the intended target and he got hit. And let's see who's going away.
Saskatchewan calling number 19, 2 minutes holding.
Accioni. Matt Accioni going in the box. Have a look.
Yeah, watch in front of the net. There's a free hand grabbing onto
Yep.
him. And as I said earlier, you know, Toronto's second most penalties in the league. Rush don't take too many penalties.
Rock scored on their other power play by Dawick. Behind the net beauty early. Line pass to Craig. Whoa, and that was an absolute rocket. Went off the back and took a Saskatchewan bounce. Now they'll get a chance to eat up some of this clock here. No hurry for Saskatchewan.
Saskatchewan penalty. To number 19, Matt Accioni. 2 minutes for
Got Church.
Got Church and Shanks on, always dangerous shooters.
Yep. Have Shanks centering up, Church in motion. Shanks, nice over the top move. Rose, rebound went off behind, can be dangerous.
I think Craig got his stick on Shanks' follow through to prevent that from going on the net.
And there's Craig, 20 seconds on the shot clock, minute 4 with the man advantage.
Don't forget, Rock City rule number 1 is in full
Boucher, he's moving, sets a pick, you got Dawick there. There's Craig now. Craig over the top through a screen. Denied by Chiliano. Trying to keep it from going over, will not do it.
No, it doesn't matter.
Oh,
it went off the goaltender.
Yep. Went off the goaltender, yep, not touched. So the Rock, 43 seconds with that man advantage. Behind the net again.
This is where you let Schreiber shoot.
Yeah. There's Craig! Oh, now that looked like it might have gone anyway, in and out. Crease violation, that was an interesting shot. I thought maybe that was an in and out, apparently not.
Small disagrees that referee thought his foot went in the crease as he ran back there.
10-20 to go in this fourth quarter. Saskatchewan trying to kill off the last 10 seconds of the penalty to Accioni. Intended target Haley. Toronto, 1 second left. We're back to even strength. But here's Billy Hostrauser. He has Accioni coming from behind him. Sends a ground ball to Cree.
Power plays over there, Rock City. We are back to even strength on the floor.
Under 10 to play. There's Dan Craig, the Iceman, and it's Chiliano's too hot there. Here's Cameron on the loose ball. Look at the quick
more and more confident.
Yeah, that footwork is phenomenal. And the size, too, so fast. 14 seconds left. Dawick putting that shoulder down, pushed out. Dawick goes down, keeps possession, though. Went to a knee, stands up. Dawick trying to do it himself. Bouncer just off the mark. Collected, though. 6 to shoot, still some time. Sidearm. The ball was knocked by McClelland. And the captain, Challen Rogers, keeps it in, and he will throw it to the other end as the shot clock hits 0. And with that, we will take a quick break. Toronto leads Saskatchewan 9-6. You're watching the NLL on TSN and ESPN+.
Well, we're going to check out the game leaders in this game, and some of the big names have really come to play, including Tom Schreiber, 5 points. Boucher's got 4. Keenan's been great, and like we said earlier, both goaltenders have been right on their game.
Yeah, this has been a showcase of all levels. We've seen a bit of everything. And there's 9:14 to play. Toronto with a 3-goal lead, up 9-6. We were tied at halftime at 5. Toronto stormed strong in that third. And what a game it's been. Action back underway. You have Saskatchewan looking to get another. Church, left wing. Toronto's defense being tough. There's Rogers at the top. Ooh, quick spin move. Nicely done by Shanks. But a great save by Rhodes. We've been saying that a lot tonight.
Yeah, you watch for Shanks, Church to be shooting as much as they can.
Yep.
We're getting down to 8 minutes to go. Time is starting to be a factor.
Shooter's got to shoot. Here's Rogers. The captain had a tremendous hard-fought goal earlier in the game. Small! I think he had Chiliano beat far side, but it was off the mark. There's Craig. Craig now hugging that post. And Saskatchewan heads over to Garland.
Transition, making changes on the bench are going to be so important at this point.
Right. Triolo using those long legs to try to create space. And that was a lot of velocity behind that, but he missed the rebound. And here comes Toronto. There's Martin.
I was looking at the back ref. I thought the Rush players got on the floor very quick. I thought we had 6 players on and took a quick look at the referee. He was doing a count and he liked what he saw.
You have Dawick, who got rid of it. 10 to shoot. Spinning Boucher. Off the logo for Giuliano. And the Rush sprinting. Look at Accioni turning on the Jets. Accioni's with a full sprint. On man rush. Accioni finds Kidd. Jody and scores! Bobby Kidd the third.
Bobby Kidd the third gets his first. And what a great play by Accioni.
The speed.
And, you know, sometimes on the shot, and he just picks it up like deep in his own end. And he gets up that floor so fast, making sure that Toronto can't make a change. Makes that little soft pass, and Bobby Kidd III gets his first of the year. First of the game, first of the year.
And Shanny, like you said, Saskatchewan has been in so many close games this year. They're making it close once again. Toronto's lead cut down to 2. Erlin and Naso. I've really enjoyed this face-off battle all night. And the physicality. 2 bulls locking horns. Toronto comes up with a 2. Here's Weir in front of their own bench. Looking to work his way through it. Loose ball scramble, ground ball. Who's going to come up with it? Still nobody. Now Saskatchewan does. And Hasek gets whacked by Weir on the way by. Hasek alone. Oh, and Hasek might have been better if he would have just shot it, trying for the one-touch demands.
Well, that was a nice play. I mean, the Rush has been getting odd man plays. You know, they've been running up the floor all game, and it's working now.
Yep. Toronto gonna slow things down. Here's Cameron. Impressive youngster. And kick save by Giuliano. McClellan lost the stick. Rush come up with it. There's Kidd III who just scored. Rush offense. Church spin moves. Gorgeous. And a pick set by Schenk, but Church pushed back out. Martin on the great defense. Rose with a key shoulder save. Loose rebound to Snu. Will gobble it up. Flicks with Martin. Under 6 minutes to play in this fourth.
A different mentality. The Rush is getting that ball up the floor, trying to create odd man. Toronto wants to get up the floor, slow down and eat some clock.
Craig pushed down. Craig hammered as he got rid of it. Schreiber looking to create some room for Boucher. Boucher, he's in close. Went for the touch. A shot. Scores! Are you kidding me? Dawick with his second from behind the net.
Oh, you're going to see the flag on this one, I believe. Because I don't think it went in crisply. And sometimes that, you know, it's all about the ball being in the net before the player lands on the ground.
Let's have a look.
And it's a really nice play.
Great push pass by Boucher.
Oh, I think this might be good.
Yeah. So look at Boucher. Goes to a knee. Just the soft touch, and Dawick.
Yeah, excellent goal. Just very similar to his first goal. He opened the scoring for Toronto.
Just at the other end of the floor.
And I think the Rush coaching staff saw the same thing we did. I'm sure they were looking up at that scoreboard right away at that Jumbotron to see if it's worth throwing the challenge. They decided it wasn't.
Dawick, 13th goal of the season. Here's Cameron for Toronto. Rock hitting double digits there. Lead extended to 3. 8 to shoot. Schreiber putting on that footwork. Whoa, and he let it go from that no-look angle. Giuliano saw just enough. Here's Boudreau. 2-on-2. Boudreau's going to go right at Rose. Squeezes that arm.
He caught Rose leaning the wrong way, just wasn't able to put it in.
And with that, we'll take a quick break. Under 5 to play. Rock lead the Rush 10-7. You're watching the NLL on TSN and ESPN+. Taking a look at the assist of the game brought to you by Eero.
And this man here, Chris Corbeil, is going to be involved. This is when Messenger took too long. Corbeil runs to that ball, picks it up, finds the open man. It's Boucher, and he puts it in. But this is all about Corbeil eyeing the floor, being fast, putting it to Corbeil, who puts it in. And that was the goal that made it 5-5, tying it up for the Toronto Rock.
Right. It's come a long way since then. It is now 10-7 Toronto. Andy McNamara alongside Brian Shanahan. Get us on X at AndyMC81 at SBD Shanny. The league, of course, at NLL. Under 5 to go here, folks. We have had a tremendous battle tonight. Still got a long way to go. Cameron on that near boards. The footwork of Cameron, I'm very impressed with Shanny. For a man his size, 6'4". Look at Cameron, just shuffling, waiting. Craig can't come up with it. Turned over, long looping pass, in stride. Here's Boudreau, 2-on-1. Boudreau with the dish, and Rose! Oh, no one behind him. Rose stood perfectly still, and the ball just stood right there.
Now that's a play that I don't think Boudreau should have passed. He was in a better lane to shoot, and Boudreau could put the ball in the net. Sometimes when you see your, the great offensive player coming off, you defer to them, but I don't think you should have in that case.
I'm with you.
Oh, a high stick.
Oh, call coming up. Rose is thinking about coming out. And whistle blown.
And this is a tough one for the Rush. Because even if Toronto doesn't put it in, I mean, it's 2 minutes without the ball. That's pretty much for the Rush. Connor McClellan.
Saskatchewan penalty number 13. 2 minutes for legal cross-check.
Legal cross-check. Let's have a look. And you see that the stick just came up high, hit the helmet. So I think what you're going to see from Toronto is they're going to try to take shots late in the 30 seconds.
Right.
They'll take their time moving the ball around. And, they also want to make sure that they get their defense on. They're not giving, they don't want any wild rebounds. They want everything to be controlled.
And those quick transitions, want to avoid that we've seen from Saskatchewan in the second half. Here's Schreiber, Craig, playing catch, creeping in. Big rebound, but controlled, like you said, Shan. Dawick picks it up.
And that's what they will like. So I think you're not going to see any long, wild shots that could turn into a transition opportunity.
Right. Dawick moving behind the net. No man on him. He scored 2 from there tonight. Dan Craig on the outside, 9 to shoot. Dawick now creep back out from that side. There's Small. Small went high. Chiliano got higher. Picked up fresh 30 for Toronto. Minute 8 with the man advantage. As time is ticking away for the Rush. Down by 3.
This has been a perfect power play. The only way the power play could be more perfect for Toronto is if they score a goal late in the power play.
Boucher moving, Dawick. Toronto cycling the ball well. Go at the top of the circle. Chiliano got enough of it. Boucher didn't get all the way through. And Chiliano is down. He's going to get back up. Looked like he was banged up for a moment.
He will have to be running soon to that bench.
Yeah, you're right. 44 seconds left. The Rush will have to be aggressive here, you'd think. It's Messenger.
Well, I think what the Rush should be doing is what I thought Messenger was going to do. Drive the net and hopefully draw a penalty.
Right. There's Shanks on the outside, moving the ball quickly. Triolo moving around. Down to that weak side, 6 to shoot. High, wide, missed. Shanks is going to pick it up, but the shot clock is at 0. Rock ball, 19 seconds left with the man advantage, 2:20 to go in the game.
And that's a bad sign for the Rush when Robert Church is missing the net on those opportunities.
Toronto still on the power play for another 8 seconds. Toronto being very deliberate. Captain Challen Rogers checking the clock. You're at 2 minutes even. Back to even strength. McClellan rumbling out. 3 seconds left. Craig, high shot, and it will sail up into the mesh to the right of Chiliano. That means Toronto still maintains possession here, Shanny.
Yeah, they've been very fortunate. They've been getting resets over and over again.
Now just take their time, and like you say, wait till the end of the shot clock to take your measured opportunity. 6 seconds left. There's Schreiber behind the net. And Chiliano. The save. Ball's loose and free. 1:16 to go. Well, and a timeout being called by Saskatchewan.
And I don't think we'll see Chiliano in the net for the rest of the game. The Rush has got to score, and they got to score quickly.
And we know they can. So Chiliano, like you said, Shane, likely will be out. And is this a case you want? So you have 1:13 left, you need 3. So you need to score 1 quick. But is this, are you taking outside shots? You have a design play going right for the net, try to penetrate? What are we feeling?
No, they've got design plays. They've got 6-on-5 sets that they're working on. And all the sets are sort of like options. You know, it depends. You know, if they cover this guy, it goes that way. So they're setting up. There's a few guys in mind they want to shoot, but it depends on how the defense works. But this is where you're Toronto, and you're really happy you got TD Erlin.
Yes.
Absolutely. If the Rush scores a goal here, you know you got at least a 50-50 chance of getting the ball the next faceoff.
And
the last few weeks they were winning maybe 10% of their faceoffs.
Well, it is a difference, and it's something you don't think is a big deal until it is a big deal.
Yeah, absolutely.
And also, if there is a goal, eating up the time with them battling in that faceoff circle as well. Eat up precious seconds. All right, folks. Buck 13 to go. Toronto looking for their first win of the season. Chiliano not pleased. He's on the bench. The extra attacker is on, and here we go. You have Keenan, you have Shanks moving. You got Church on that weak side, moving the ball. Wow, it scores! Right away. Designed perfectly by Saskatchewan.
Well, they drew that one up nicely.
Excellently executed.
Now, who was that put it in? Keenan eventually put that in for, I believe, his 6th point of the game. But
wow. So let's see. So Keenan moves it.
And he slips to the side. Church has it, puts it back to Keenan, who puts it in quickly. And this is just what we were talking about. Now, this is why here's the importance of having a good faceoff guy. They did put Chiliano back in the net.
Well, I guess that just in case Erlin does win, that's the respect you have to give to a good faceoff man. And Naso, and look at the time being eaten up. Toronto delaying.
So they'll call timeout.
Chiliano having to go out. Battling in the referee circle.
They did.
And they did.
Yeah. And this, this is the situation where you're telling a referee we're in trouble. We're calling a timeout.
51.5 seconds left. And now it's Toronto.
Now, I think Chiliano will go to the bench. And he has to. Saskatchewan has to double team the ball. They're not worried about the empty net goal. They're worried about getting the ball back. They don't want Toronto killing 30 seconds.
Well, that's just it. Yeah, it has to be all pressure from the Rush here. See Derek Keenan. A lot of experience and pedigree on both these benches tonight. And there you see Bruce Codd drawing up the game plan.
Now I'm gonna predict right now you're gonna see the ball in the stick of Challen Rogers.
Okay.
Big, strong, fast, sure stick.
Captain had that one great goal this evening.
Look where he's getting the ball though. He doesn't have a lot of space. He can't throw it backwards.
Yeah.
So, and he's not getting it. Schreiber is.
And he will be double teamed, as you said. The net for Saskatchewan is empty.
And this is where the Rush defenders, they'll use the boards, almost like 3 people.
Yeah, try to pin him, and they're doing just that for Schreiber. Schreiber trying to keep possession. Schreiber double teaming. The ball is out. It's loose. There's 43 seconds left, and Saskatchewan comes up with it. Boudreau stoned by Rose.
That's a huge save.
Money save. Far side. Oh, it's high. Can it be swatted? It scores! And Chiliano dove back into the net too late, making a hat trick for Captain America to put this one away.
Well, that's a big save by Nick Rose. Boudreau gets an opportunity, and that was huge. Because if that goes in, then it is scary for the last 30 seconds. Rose throws up the floor. I really think Schreiber wanted to see if this had a chance to go in the net. Once he realized, no, that's not going in that. Here's that big save. Rose looks up. Schreiber says, nah, it's not going in, so I better take care of business.
Look at the wheel by Chiliano.
It's actually Kaiser.
Oh, Kaiser grumbled in. They sent Kaiser to do
the
it.
better runner. Good. I mean, great effort by Kaiser.
Yeah. All the effort in the world there. Toronto now 11-8, 29.8 seconds to go. And eating up those precious seconds. The return of TD Erlin might be the underrated success of this game for Toronto. Bouncer off the boards, too hot. 15 seconds left. Toronto's just gonna try to walk this one out. There's Boucher going from one side of the floor to the other. 4 seconds left. 2 seconds, and it is over! The Toronto Rock have collected their first victory of the season and defeat the Saskatchewan Rush 11-8.
And it is a well-earned victory. The Rush gave them a great game. Toronto had their backs to the wall, and they got what they needed. You know, they didn't find out till today that Schreiber was playing, and what a contribution. 3 goals, 4 assists.
It was a sensational game, Shanny, top to bottom. And the Rock, you just can kind of feel that collective sigh of relief to get that first win.
Oh, exactly. And, you know, I know Challen Rogers, I think he had a goal and an assist, but he was so valuable all over the floor. And let's give some credit to Nick Rose. He made some big saves when he needed to, including that one with about 30 seconds left.
Yes.
That sealed the deal for Toronto.
Well, the big stars came out when they needed to. And for Saskatchewan, nothing to be ashamed of here. They fall to 4-2. Toronto improves to 1-5. This show tonight produced by Jim Panusis, directed by Jeff Mather. This has been a National Lacrosse League production in association with Dome Productions. Coordinating producer for the NLL, Scott Zolatoro. Manager of broadcast, Mike Pettit. Senior Vice President of NLL Broadcast Operations, Ed Dursey. The executive producer of the NLL is Joel Feld. Final score, the Toronto Rock defeat the Saskatchewan Rush 11-8. For Brian Shanahan, I'm Andy McNamara. Good night from Mississauga.